capital for investing, it's capital for peace of mind.
I like that. Capital for sleeping soundly. Because if you don't have that cushion, the risk of a job loss means you might be forced to sell investments at a bad time, or worse, rack up high interest debt.
Exactly. It's like a game of financial dominoes. Your objective is to ensure that if the first tile falls, the loss of income, it doesn't drag the entire set down.
Let's shift this to the business side. The source gave a great example of operational risk. The manufacturing company relying on a single supplier in an unstable country.
That's a classic failure of concentration risk in operations. Good risk management demands immediate supply chain diversification. You establish contracts with 2 or 3 vendors in different geographical regions. Yes, it costs a little more, but that small increase in cost is your insurance premium for business continuity.
That's a great takeaway for any small business owner. If one key supplier or client disappeared tomorrow, could your operation survive? That's your most critical operational risk.
And internally, we see risk failures from the human factor, not market failures, but cultural failures. The collapse of Bank, the Volkswagen Dieselgate scandal. These were cultural failures where internal control was compromised. The simple fix, even in a small business, is segregation of duties. The person who collects the money shouldn't be the person who reconciles the bank accounts. Simple, but effective.
Right. Double verification. That's compliance simplified. Pillar 2, the secret to sustainable wealth. Let's move to the most fascinating area, investment risk. This is where most people get burned because they try to eliminate risk, which, as we established, eliminates return. The goal is optimization.
Absolutely. And the biggest lesson here comes from the biggest failure, the 2008 global financial crisis. That was a catastrophic failure of concentration risk. Everyone piled into low-quality mortgage debt under the assumption that the housing market would never crash nationwide.
So they didn't have genuine diversification.
No, and that's the key term, genuine diversification. It's not just owning 10 different stocks, it's owning assets that are uncorrelated. If you only own Apple, Google, and Microsoft, you're highly concentrated in one sector, tech. If that sector faces a regulatory problem, all your capital gets hit simultaneously.
So a resilient portfolio means having things that don't move at the same pace. Stocks, government bonds, which often rise when stocks fall, real estate, maybe a small allocation to gold or commodities.